Good morning, students. Welcome back to the YouTube session of class 9. This is the second video of class 9. You can get the link of my first video in the second video at the description of the YouTube. Students, in the previous class we were discussing about the computer system and their characteristics and the limitations. Today I am going to discuss about the basic organization of computer. What is that? Basic organization of computer. It means how the computer system, different devices are organized in the computer system and perform their work. How it is possible? How they perform their work? So in this topic we will discuss about this, how the complete computer system perform their work. So you can see I have organized, I have made a picture of it, how it is perform the work. In this picture you focus the two things. I am indicating two different lines. First is dotted lines and second is straight line, flow line, straight line. First one is dotted line. Dotted line indicates the flow of instruction and the simple line, straight line display the flow of data. Students, as you know very well, we in the previous class I was discussed about we enter the information and data into the computer and get the final information in a meaningful manner. We input the information, instruction and data to the computer and get the final information in a meaningful manner by the help of computer. So a user input the different instruction and data by the help of input devices and get the information from the output devices. In between the input and the output there is a main unit that is called processing unit. Here students, what is input unit? I am just describing this picture in three sections. First one is input, second one is processing and third one is output. First one is input unit, second one is processing unit, central processing unit you can say, and the third one is output unit. Here I am indicating the flow line and the data line. The data line. I am indicating each and three. This is the flow line, this is the data line. This is dotted line is a instruction message is flow line and this is the data line. Here also there is a flow of instruction line, there is a flow of instruction line. The data line. I have indicated that. Students, the first unit of the computer is input unit. What is input unit? The unit of computer through which a user can enter the data and instruction into the computer. What is it? The unit of computer through which a user can enter the data and instruction into the computer. That unit is called input unit. In the input unit, various types of input devices comes. Just I have written the name of some of the input devices. The keyboard you know very well. By the help of keyboard we type, we enter the data. Here the keyboard is a input device that come in the category of input unit. Mouse is also an input device through which we enter the information, so it's come in the input unit. Light pen is also a type of input device that is come in the input unit. It means that all the input devices that are used to enter the data and instruction into the computer comes in the category of input units, and the devices are called input device. Is it clear? I am repeating the thing. The device which help the user to enter the data and instruction into the computer, that is called input device, and that units through which the information and instruction and data is entered in the computer, that unit is called input unit. I think the input unit is clear. When you enter the information and data, I am written here is a data line, here is an instruction. When you enter the data, first of all the data goes to the processing unit. In the processing unit, the first instruction go to the which section? In the whole processing unit, there are different sections. Section are control unit, ALU, arithmetical logical unit, primary storage unit, secondary storage unit. There are different sections. There are different blocks. So when the user enters the data or instruction to the computer by the help of input device, it first of all go to the processing units, and the subunit of the processing unit is control unit. Control unit is the main unit of computer that control the entire function of the computer system, input as well as output, and storage and everything. So the main unit of computer system in the computer processing system, मुझे flow आ जाए तो बोलेंगे नहीं बात, हम सब बोलेंगे, अभी तो वही बोलना ही चाह रहे थे। flow आया था, चलो नहीं किया। So the students, you can understand that the main unit of computer is control unit. Control unit. In the human being, there are different body parts: kidney, lungs, brain, heart. There are different units. They perform their different functions, but all the functions are controlled by the brain. On the same way, in the computer system, there are different units. They are the kidney, heart, lungs, each and everything. You can understand. So on the same way, in the computer system, the main unit, that is called the brain of the computer, is the control unit, because it controls the entire units of the computer system. You must understand that the processing unit is the unit that processes the data, but in the processing unit, the main unit of the computer is control unit. It controls the entire functioning, how the data is entered, where the data is stored, which data is to be stored, which data is not to be stored, which type of output has to be given to the output device, either it is in the output in the form of sound, either output in the form of picture, what kind of output is to be displayed, it all controlled by the control unit. Understand it? In this processing unit, one more unit is there, that is also controlled by the control unit, that is called ALU. This is the arithmetical logical unit. This unit is used by the processing unit when the computer need to decide any logical or arithmetical operation, need to perform any logical and arithmetical operation. What it means? Logical operation means where the computer need to decide what have to do, what have to. Suppose computer has you have given instruction, find 2 is greater than 3. 2 is greater than 3. So which unit of the computer system will define it? It is controlled by the CU. The CU send the message, CU send the message to the ALU to define this kind of decision or perform this kind of operation. Suppose a computer want to perform addition, 2 plus 2. So which section of the computer, which section of the processing unit performs it? So this section of the control unit, section of the central processing unit, ALU control this logical operation as well as arithmetical operation. I am repeating these things again. In the computer system, whenever the user input the data or instruction to perform any logical operation or arithmetical operation, that function, that operation is performed by the help of ALU, and the instruction is given by the CU to perform the process. After the processing, the ALU will return the information to the CU and the further processing has to be done. Students, whenever the data is entered, first go to the CU, then after it go to the memory unit, storage unit. You can say storage unit or memory unit. There are two types of storage unit here I am indicating. The first is primary storage and the second is secondary storage. Whenever the data is entered by the user by the help of keyboard, first go to the CU, and after the CU it first go to the where? In the memory unit, in the primary section of the memory unit, which is the primary section of the memory unit. In the primary section of the memory unit, there are two different types of primary memory, which is used by the only used by the computer system, cannot be used by the any of the users. It cannot store any users information. It only store the instruction of the user, computer processing and further functioning. For example, whenever the computer is going to start, how the computer starts. The CU instruction start the computer, and when the computer is starting, the RAM is compulsory. You know very well, when the computer is starting, RAM is very compulsory. So without RAM, a computer cannot be start. So you can say without the primary storage unit, any processing is not to be performed, not to be completed. Why is not? When the instruction comes, where the instruction saved, where the processing instruction saved, all the processing instruction are saved inside the primary unit, in the RAM or in the ROM. Students, I will discuss about the RAM and ROM. What is RAM? What is the function of RAM? What is the function of ROM in the next session. Just now I am just defining the basic organization of computer and function performed by the computer system. So in this section, just I am telling you the primary unit section, your primary storage section is used by the computer system, for their processing. It do not store the data of any user. Now, whenever the users need to store the information, for example, you are working in MS Word and after the performing the function, after the typing, the data is stored for some time, and when you save it, it go to the secondary memory. Before the saving, it is displayed on the screen also. It is displayed on the screen where the data is stored. It is stored in the primary memory. And when you save in the hard disk, in the any drive, C drive, D drive, desktop, wherever, it is stored in the secondary storage device. So students, first of all, the processing is done by the CU. It gives the instruction to the primary unit to save the processing data, and after the processing data, when the user gives the instruction to the CU, I want to save this particular file for the future use, then that file will go to the secondary storage unit. Otherwise when you are not giving the instruction to save the file for the future use, it will remain in the RAM, and after when you close the program or when you close the computer, the file will erase by the CU, by the instruction of CU, and it is erased by the primary memory. When you give the instruction, I want to save the file, it will go to the secondary memory. Otherwise, it will not go to secondary memory. And after the saving in the secondary memory, the secondary memory give the information to the primary memory, and then primary memory give the instruction to CU where the particular file saved. How it is defined, how can it is clear? Whenever you need to save, you want to search a file. Whenever you want to search a file, suppose Rohit dot XLS file is saved in the computer. You forget where you save it. You don't know where the file is saved. On the same case, you search the file. So you know very well actually the location. When you search the file, so you have an instruction where the particular Rohit file is saved. When you search the file, CU find the location and give it here the location of your file. So all the information of the storing of processing data and the storing data is contained by the CU. Student, this whole section, I think it is clear. After the processing of data, the data is processed, you store the information, and then again return to the CU, and now the matter comes to the output, where the user get the output. So that unit is called output unit. The unit of computer system that perform to display the result in any format, in the textual format, in the image format, in the audio format, in the video format, in the animation format, any format, either in the paper, either in the screen, either on the either in the form of sound. Each and everything is to be output by the output unit, the unit of computer system that gives the output. Simple. In the examination it may question come, what is define output unit? So you can simply write the unit of computer system that give the output of process data. That unit is called output unit. In the output unit, there are different devices. It may be monitor, it may be printer, it may be